Have someone try to take your home away from you right in front of your face while pretending it's for your own good? That's how I met Bethany Crowell, Queen of the Ridgeview HOA. She demanded my cabin key, and I told her over my deadbolt. No, really. She lost her mind over me keeping the keys to myself, called the cops, tried to wedge herself into my life like she belonged there. So yeah, I installed a facial recognition lock, and that's when things got out of hand fast. Look, this gets wild. Stick with me if you're the kind who likes to see justice show up wearing work boots instead of a suit. Let me take you back. After the divorce, after losing everything I thought was steady, I bought the only cabin in Montana where my brain finally shut up for 5 minutes. Cedar Ridge, 30 years old, perched above a valley that hummed like a distant engine. All I wanted was a door I controlled, a door I could close without someone else's hand reaching through it. That first morning coffee burning my tongue boxes half opened, I heard heels on wood, hard staccato like a judge's gavel. I turned and there she was, Bethany Crowell, self-appointed queen of everything within shouting distance. She didn't knock, didn't say hello, just walked in, ran her hand across my mantle, checking for dust like she was grading my life. "Mr. Carter," she said, still facing the fireplace. "We need your house key." Like that was normal. I blinked. "For what?" "Emergency access," she shot back as if it was written in stone. "We maintain a central lockbox. Mandatory for all residents." She handed me a red notice like she was giving me a ticket. "Ma'am, I just moved in. Haven't even signed up for utilities yet." She finally looked at me. Her smile could slice paper. "Compliance precedes comfort." That line crawled right under my skin. I put my coffee down. I'm not handing over a key. Bethany tilted her head, disappointment and condescension all in one. "Refusal triggers a non-compliance protocol. I'm giving you a chance to avoid penalties." I stepped between her and the door. "I didn't invite you in." She ignored that and lifted her phone. "Then I'll call the sheriff. For not giving you a key to my own place. For obstructing community safety," she corrected. "And unauthorized interaction with an HOA officer." The pressure in my chest wasn't anger. It was that quiet, surgical tension you feel when a dam starts to crack. "Look, I'm not refusing safety protocols. I'm refusing your access. That's different." She stepped closer and I saw gold flecks in her contacts. "Your key, Mr. Carter. It's simple. No." Her smile snapped. "You'll regret that." She pivoted toward the door. "Why do you need the key so badly, Bethany?" I called after her. She paused, didn't answer, just left. When the door shut, my cabin felt smaller. I locked it, listened to that click echo through empty space, and felt like I'd just fired the first shot in a war I didn't understand. Then came the sheriff. Tires on gravel. Sheriff Morales walks like he's got time, never rushes. "Morning, Jake. We got a call." "Bethany." He nodded. Didn't bother writing anything. "She reported you for refusing emergency access and acting hostile toward HOA authority." "She walked in without permission, Sheriff." He sighed, obligated to check. She phrased things strong. "HOA disputes usually stay civil." "Sheriff, I said this ridge is outside Ridgeview's jurisdiction. Seller and title company were clear." "That's why I'm here," not a deputy, Morales said. "I've dealt with Bethany. She likes to stretch her borders." He checked I hadn't threatened her, raised a weapon, nothing. I said, "No, sir," didn't even raise my voice. He closed his notebook. "As far as I'm concerned, it's resolved. But she's filing preliminary non-compliance penalties. Says if you don't give her a key by midnight, she can restrict your utilities. Water lines specifically. She can't do that. She can threaten it. If she gets the board to back her, she'll force a hearing. Portal escalation. Most folks just pay or move. She thinks she can make you fold." "She thinks she can make anyone fold," he said. "But if your deed says you're out of her jurisdiction, she's bluffing. Bluffs only work if the other side doesn't know the rules. Watch yourself, Jake. Bullies get unpredictable when they feel power slip." By that afternoon, my phone was pinging fines, threats, utility reviews. She'd flagged my address as perimeter zone. Not in the HOA, but subject to emergency considerations. A loophole she invented. I checked the bylaws, section 4.2. Emergency access provision revised 3 months before I moved in. Someone planned ahead. Why was this just about control or something bigger? That night I decided not to wait. I pulled out the tools I'd used designing dam security stations, reliable, tamper-resistant. By mid-morning, the old deadbolt was off. In its place, a biometric scanner, no keyhole, no latch, nothing you could jimmy with a hairpin. Fortress disguised as a cabin. At 10:12 a.m., Bethany showed up again, this time with a locksmith. Remove the obstruction, she ordered. The locksmith stared at my door. Ma'am, there's no mechanical entry. This is federal grade. Override it, she snapped. I don't have the tools for this. It's a cabin, she insisted. He can't just install whatever. I said, actually, I can. My deed makes no mention of HOA oversight. I took precautions. Bethany nearly exploded. Where is the key, Jake? You're looking at it. Emergency access will be granted. Just register your face. The locksmith snorted. Bethany went pale. You expect me to submit biometric data? You expect me to hand you a key to my home? She lost visibly, but it wasn't over. She threatened more consequences and stormed off. I knew what was coming next. Not force, but paperwork. Fines, violations, foreclosure threats, digital noose tightening. She wasn't after my key. She was after my absence. My existence was the problem. So I dug deeper. HOA budgets inspection logs. Found it security contract parcel 14A. My cabin. Bethany's cousin Marcus collecting monthly payments for vacant lot security. My lot. But my cabin hadn't been vacant in months. Inspection logs signed B. Crowell and M. Hale, all incomplete due to unverified access, each triggering another contract renewal. A scam that only worked if nobody lived there. I printed it all. Every log, contract, invoice, stack of evidence a mile high. Then there was a knock. Tom Bennett, neighbor 3 lots down. Word's gotten around, you pushed back. Bethany called an emergency meeting last night. Folks are tired of her stretching rules. He looked at my paperwork. She's been paying her cousin for fake inspections for years. I handed him a file. Got signatures, timestamps, contract renewals, even a bill dated after I moved in. Tom's face said it all. That's felony territory, Jake. By now everyone knew. Next came Evelyn, lot 11, clutching a gardening apron. Bethany saying you're refusing safety protocols. Wants a board vote for emergency foreclosure. She handed me a violation, log dates, and entries all fabricated. Why show me, I asked. She looked down. Because I've lived under her thumb long enough. You're the first one she couldn't intimidate. After that, a black sedan watched my cabin from the drive. Sheriff Morales said they were filing welfare checks trying to build a pattern unstable homeowner. Enough complaints and they could force a wellness check, another excuse to get inside. Keep recording everything Morales told me. Don't open the door unless you want to. The pressure was on. Fines stacked up. Emergency abatement was next, the nuclear option. Bethany was prepping the board for a vote to send a contractor, and the sheriff claimed my lock was a community hazard and bust in. So I fortified. Cameras, backups, cloud storage. Late that night, engines roared up the ridge. Not one car, 3. Bethany and her SUV, 2 board members in reflective vests, a contractor's van with a high-frequency cutter. They were ready to tear through my door. I recorded everything. This is private property. You have no warrant, I called out. Board voted for emergency abatement, Bethany shouted. The contractor hesitated. This isn't standard hardware. Cut it, she snapped. The cutter hit steel, sparks flying. Bethany stood back, Marcus by her side, smug and sure. Then headlights blazed through the trees, sirens, radios, voices. Sheriff Morales and 2 cruisers, neighbors behind them with phones out. Everybody drop your tools, Morales commanded. The contractor backed off. Bethany spun excuses, but the sheriff shut her down. Dispatch confirmed this residence under HOA jurisdiction static. Then negative. Property outside HOA boundaries. Bethany broke her face, her composure. Morales cuffed her for attempted unlawful entry. Neighbors rallied, stories came out. The HOA was done. By week's end, the judge ordered a forensic audit. Fraud, racketeering, every dirty trick exposed. The HOA dissolved, county trust put in place. And you know the wildest part? The day they tore down the old HOA sign, my neighbors invited me to swing the first hammer. I said no. I'd already had my closure. Instead, I watched from my porch as that golden sign fell, laughter echoing across the ridge, the first honest laughter in years. That evening, I swapped out the fried biometric lock for a simple deadbolt, no more fortresses. Just a door I owned in a cabin that was finally truly mine. Funny thing is, I didn't win with brute force. I won because I stood my ground, refused to be bullied, and dug through the details until the truth was too heavy to ignore. Justice in the end was a quiet click of a lock and the sound of my own peace settling in. So let me ask, where's the line between community and control, between authority and abuse? If you've ever had to defend what's yours, drop a comment. Let's talk about justice, dignity, and what it really means to take your life back one door at a time. And if you want more stories where karma wears work boots, hit that subscribe. This ridge isn't done teaching lessons yet.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã xem video.